For years, the dreaded wagering requirement was the one thing players hated most. The idea that you'd win, but couldn't cash out until you'd bet your winnings over and over again. It felt unfair, and the casinos knew it. So, when they started promoting no wagering offers, players felt like they'd won before even clicking the link. But behind that friendly marketing, something else was happening. Something quieter, and in some cases, far more costly than the wagering requirements they were meant to replace. You see, the gambling industry has always been in the business of perception. If players believe they're getting a better deal, they'll play longer, deposit more, and statistically lose more. No wagering, free spins are the perfect example. The selling point is simple. Whatever you win, you can keep. No turnover rules, no 25 times playthrough. But if you look closely, these offers aren't free in the way you think. Let's break down how the trap is set. First, the free spins themselves. They're rarely on a game of your choice. The casino selects the slot, often one with a lower than average payout rate and a high volatility curve. This means that while you might hit a win, it's far less likely to be a big one. Second, the cap. Even though it's no wagering, there's almost always a maximum win limit. That means if you hit a jackpot on those spins, you'll only get a fraction of it. The rest? It doesn't vanish into thin air, it stays in the casino's pocket. And third, the hidden deposit requirement. Many no wagering offers still require you to make a deposit to claim them. That deposit is then tied to your account in ways that encourage more play, sometimes through bonus lock-ins, sometimes through game restrictions. From a distance, these mechanics look harmless, just fine print, just terms and conditions. But for the casinos, it's a psychological machine engineered to turn free into profitable. It works like this. A player signs up for the no wagering free spins. They win a little, not much, but enough to feel that rush. And because the winnings are withdrawable, they could cash out. But the casino knows most players won't. Why? Because once you've won something, you start thinking, if I can win this much in just a few spins, imagine what I could win if I play more. That thought, that seed, is the entire strategy. It's not about forcing you to wager a certain number of times. It's about making you want to do it voluntarily. Here's where it gets more unsettling. Some casinos use no wagering offers as a funnel into higher risk games. Once you've claimed your spins and had your first taste of winning, the platform will start promoting other offers, ones that do have wagering requirements, but feel less restrictive now that you've already beaten the system once. And it's not random. The games they push are often chosen based on your play data, slots with mechanics you respond to, themes you linger on, payout patterns you've previously chased. The result? You start playing longer sessions, betting slightly more per spin, and statistically losing at a faster rate than if you'd taken a traditional bonus. This isn't just marketing, it's behavioral engineering. And in some cases, it's backed by algorithms that adapt in real time. If the system detects that you've withdrawn your free spins winnings immediately, the next offer you get will be more tempting, bigger spins, higher value games, all designed to pull you back in. If it detects you're playing on, it might drip feed small wins to keep you engaged, while subtly increasing your average bet size. Casinos know that small, frequent wins encourage longer play, even if you're losing money overall. The most dangerous part of no wagering offers isn't what's written in the terms. It's what isn't. No line of text will ever tell you that these offers are designed to manipulate your decision-making. They rely on your brain's reward system to make you forget the risks. And in the world of online gambling, forgetting the risks is exactly how players lose the most. In the coming minutes, we're going to dig deeper into the anatomy of this trap. How the term no wagering became a marketing goldmine. Why some regulators are starting to take notice. And how the very promise of fairness is being used to create a new kind of unfair advantage. Because if there's one rule in the gambling industry, it's this. When it looks like the house is giving you something for nothing, it's only because they've already found a way to take it back. And here's the part most players never see until it's too late, the mathematical inevitability. Casinos don't need wagering requirements when they've already tilted the board in their favor before you even place a bet. Let's say you get 20 free spins on a slot with a 96% RTP. That sounds fair until you realize RTP is calculated over millions of spins, not your handful of freebies. Your odds are no better than tossing coins in a rigged fountain and hoping they float. But here's where the no wagering hook hides its sharpest teeth: the payout cap. You win $80 from those spins, the terms might quietly limit your withdrawal to $20. The rest evaporates, not because you lost, but because the contract says so. It's like finding buried treasure, only to learn the map owner gets to keep most of it. This is also where the psychology ramps up. You see a balance real money, supposedly yours, but when you try to cash out and watch most of it vanish due to withdrawal limits, your instinct isn't to walk away. It's to chase. You deposit more, reasoning that if you got this far without even risking your cash, you can push it over the line with just a little extra. The casinos know this reaction as well as they know their floor plan. In practice, no wagering spins often create a more profitable player for the house than traditional bonuses ever could. There's no abrupt, frustrating grind through wagering requirements to scare you off. There's no visible barrier between you and your winnings until you try to collect. By then, you're already deeper into their ecosystem than you realize. And while some might argue that a savvy player could take the free spins, hit a small win under the limit, and walk away, the data says otherwise. Industry analysts tracking player behavior have found that fewer than 3% of recipients cash out without depositing afterward. The rest either lose their capped winnings in further play, or end up depositing more in the days that follow. No wagering isn't a gesture of goodwill, it's a conversion funnel dressed as a gift. Some operators take it even further. They'll pair the free spins with free cash offers that aren't technically bonuses, but still come with terms that function like them. You might get $10 in credit alongside your spins, but any winnings from it are capped, subject to maximum bet limits, or locked behind a minimum deposit requirement before withdrawal. You're free to play, but not free to leave with the full spoils. And let's not forget volatility. Casinos often assign no wagering spins to high volatility slots, the kind that pay out less often but in larger chunks. That might sound exciting, but for most players, it means burn through without meaningful wins. And if you do land a big hit, that's where the caps and clauses swoop in, ensuring the house still wins the long game. The truth is, the absence of wagering requirements doesn't make these spins a better deal, it just makes them feel like one. The danger is that the pain point grinding through a 40x wagering requirement is replaced with a subtler trap: the illusion of freedom. And in gambling, illusions are more dangerous than outright restrictions, because they keep you playing without realizing you're boxed in. By the time you notice, you've either burned your capped winnings, chasing more, or deposited enough to make the free spins one of the most expensive offers you've ever accepted. And the casino? They don't need to explain a thing. You agreed to the terms. You clicked claim. You thought you'd beaten the system, but the system was never the one under pressure. Casinos learned long ago that the best trap isn't the one that forces you to stay. It's the one that makes you want to. So, next time you see no wagering flashing in neon on a casino's homepage, remember, the absence of chains doesn't mean you're free. Sometimes, it just means you're walking willingly into the cage and closing the door behind you. And if you want more deep dives into the hidden mechanics and quiet manipulations that keep players hooked, make sure you subscribe. The next story might just save you from a mistake you didn't even know you were about to make.